Hey guys, welcome back. Are you a Python developer looking to create interactive web application without having to deal with the complexities of front-end web development components like HTML, CSS, JavaScript? If so, then Pywebio is the right library for you. In this video, we will get quick handy with Pywebio and also create web app chatbot using Web.io and OpenAI. Let's get started. Pywebio is a Python library that allows you to build interactive web application using only Python code. With Pywebio, you can create dynamic user interface, handle user input, and display result as well. You can do all this without writing a single line of HTML, CSS, and JavaScript code. You might also hear about Django and Flask, two leading frameworks for web development in Python. However, they are not easy to learn to make a functional web app. Let's take a look at a simple example of how Pywebio works. Back to the VS Code. Let's start with installing Pywebio. Writing code for Pywebio is quite simple. It's just like writing normal Python code. First import input and output from Pywebio. Now let's start with input functionality. To take input from user, use input method like what is your name. Save it and run the function as normal Python file. And here it created our simple web app which take name as an input. Type anything, let's say, and click on submit. Now we submit the response. As we didn't set anything to display, so it show nothing. You can even add the input type as well. Like user supposed to put the name as text format, so define type as a text. Save it and run again. It created the web app. You can pass anything. Same way you can define input and input type of various format like text, number, float, password, URL, date, time, etc. You can also display the output what user passed. Assign user input to a variable and use putText method to display user input. Just run it. Now pass your name and it display here. You can create drop down selection. Use select method. Define your prompt and define option as well for selection criteria. And you can also display the output. Run it again. Here our drop down selection is created. Click on drop down menu. Select any field, let's say deep learning, and click on submit. And here it shows the selected option. Same way you can create checkbox as well. Instead of select method, use checkbox method. Select anything. You can also select multiple things and click on submit. It shows output in list. You can transform the checkbox option as a radio button. Use the radio function. Save it and run. Select anything. As radio button allow to select only one option. Here we get the result. You can also create custom buttons as well. Let's create a small function to show text when we click button. To add custom button, use putButton method. Once we click the button, either it take any action or display some text. So use parameter on click and show text once we click. Save it and run. Once we click the button, it displays the text button is clicked and this text is on the screen for 10 seconds. After that it vanish. You can also create a section on web app to upload a file. Use file upload method, pass a caption, and define the format you accept. Let's say I accept image. Just save and run it. Here we get an option to browse an image and upload it. Click on submit. Image has been uploaded. As we didn't provide any option to display an image, so it not show anything. I hope you clear on basic input. Let's also understand basic output. We already see put text method with display normal text. Let's say it display the normal text. You can display the output in form of table as well. For that, use put table method and pass row value in list. You can add as much as row you need by adding another list. Save and run it. It shows the text in form of table. To display the image, use put image method. Open the image and it displays the image in web app. You can even create pop-up window by using Pywebio. Use pop-up method. Pass pop-up title and pass pop-up text content. Save and run it. Here we get a pop-up window. And to display the notification message, use toast. Here it shows a notification. I hope input and output basic functionality is clear. Let's create a chatbot web app using OpenAI and Pywebio. By using our basic learning of Pywebio, remove all this. To create a chatbot using OpenAI, we need OpenAI API key. Back to the OpenAI website. Click on API reference. Log into your account. If you don't have it, sign up. To get the API key, click on personal. Click on view API key. To generate the API key, click on create new secret key. Copy it. Back to the VS Code. Import OpenAI. Also import input and output from Pywebio. You also need to import start server from Pywebio to run the server. Initialize your OpenAPI key. Assign this key to OpenAI.API key. Define a chatbot function where we pass query as an input. Create a variable response that return OpenAI. Define parameter engine. Pass text DaVinci as an input engine and pass query to the prompt parameter. Set max token to 1024 and set some default parameter. Select message from response. And return the message. Also create the main function which iteratively calls the chatbot function and pass user query as input and return the response. Run while true. Take input query from user. Pass this query to the chatbot function and display this conversation in table. So use put table method. Create a list with user question and create another list with chatbot response. Define Python main and use start server method to run our web app. Pass the main function to trigger. Pass the port number on which web app run. Also put debug mode true, just like we do in Flask API. Save it. Before running our Chatbot web API, install OpenAPI package. Now we are ready to test our chatbot. Execute the program. Our web app is running on localhost with port number 8050. Copy this local URL and paste it in the browser. Our web app chatbot is loaded. Let's test it. Ask some question. Let's say what is machine learning. Here it take a second and give a response. Let me ask another query. Did we need to learn SQL for data science? And we get the response. That's great, it worked fine. And all the chat should be appended in tabular form. And the page is also auto-adjusting itself. Definitely, Pywebio is a powerful tool to showcase the result as web app. That's the reason it's getting so much popularity in a short span of time, as it provides a simple and intuitive API that make it easy to build a web application. The library includes a variety of input and output functions, as well as tools for creating custom layout and styling your application. I hope it is clear till yet. There is a lot more in Pywebio, which we will cover in upcoming videos. That's all from my side. For queries or any doubt, please leave a comment below.